so you don't injure yourself or others or your property while opening up a bottle of sparkling. Welcome back to Rewind with bschwtty, because you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Today, hi, camera 2. One of my most viewed videos out there is me reviewing FRE's Merlot way back in 2017, I think. And back then I was young and not seeing the point of alcohol removed wine. And to this day, I still get angry comments on that I don't understand this wine or why I would need it. And, to pregnant women that want to drink alcohol-free wine that still has alcohol in it, it still has alcohol in it. Or to, people that are sober that still enjoy wine. Again, it has alcohol in it. And finally, to people that abstain from drinking alcohol, it has alcohol in it. But I'm going to take your comments into consideration, and I'm going to come at this from the POV of someone who can no longer drink real wine, but still want to drink something that shows like wine, which, again, that Merlot did not taste like wine. It didn't. It did not taste like wine. It didn't taste good. It didn't taste like wine. The end. Which brings me to my next point. I'm not going to let it obscure my judgment as if it tastes good as wine. But in this episode, I will consider alcohol-free wine and its taste. So with that preamble out of the way, let's get into the meat of the episode. We're going back to FRE. I saw this in my local Bevmo and thought, hey, that's kind of cool. It's alcohol-removed wine, but it's a sparkling rosé. So I thought, what's up with that? And it says, with the effervescent fizz in the glass, our alcohol-removed sparkling rosé makes any occasion special. Cascades of tiny bubbles release ripe berry aromas, while flavors of strawberry and citrus delight your palate. Beautifully balanced with a dry, refreshing finish. Served chilled and refrigerated after opening. So for those of you that don't know, FRE and other similar brands have alcohol-removed wine. There's still traces of alcohol in here, by the way. According to the label, it's below 0.5% alcohol by volume legally, and it's half the calories according to its fact sheet, because regular wine would have the alcohol to turn into calories. It also says, the journey to your glass begins in the vineyard. FRE alcohol-removed sparkling rosé is produced from premium California wine. Each FRE wine is crafted using traditional winemaking methods. Once crafted, the wine goes through a state-of-the-art spinning cone technology to remove the alcohol while safeguarding the fragile wine aromas and flavors. The finished product is a fresh, delicious beverage with less than 0.5% alcohol by volume and half the calories of regular wine. And for pairings, it says fresh citrusy salads, creamy risotto, spicy barbecue, or a delectable chocolate dessert. If you're watching this, if you're from FRE, it says you make this in a traditional style. I know that doesn't mean method champenois or method traditionnel. But if it's de-alcoholed sparkling wine in the cone, but still using traditional winemaking methods, traditionally you would put an extra thing of sugar and yeast in here when you put for the secondary fermentation to create the carbon dioxide, to create the pressure and the sparklingness of the wine. Where does the CO2 come from? And if you know, let me know in the comments below. I'd appreciate that. It was boggling me when I was looking at it. That addition bumps the alcohol ever so slightly. Now, if you want to check out my episode on sparkling wines and different types of different methods of making champagne. You can find that in the top right corner. And we did talk about a process where CO2 is produced in the tank. Still, the alcohol removal process would off-gas most of that CO2, I would assume, wouldn't it? Let me know. I'm genuinely curious where the additional CO2 comes from in the traditional winemaking method that you've just denatured using your cone thing. The questions out of the way. Let's get to why you're here, the review. I think it's cool that it says contents under pressure. You're going to have to open it like a regular sparkling wine. It has the cage, and it says FRE on the cage. Let's see if the twists are correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you are a non-wine drinker or a non-alcohol drinker, and it's been a while since you've opened a bottle of sparkling, I have an episode on it. It'll help you out. Whew. Contents is under pressure for sure. Should have seen if I could have sabered that. Future episode. If you want to see me try to saber a bottle of alcohol removed FRE sparkling wine, let me know. I would be so very down for that. I'm going to be honest, I like the fact that it pours like a sparkling wine. I don't know if you can hear that. But yeah, there's bubbles in there. Big boy bubbles, but bubbles nonetheless. Oh, whoo. A little yeasty on the nose, which it is a sparkling wine. Doesn't smell great. Although, just like the Merlot, on the nose, it smells strange. It's slightly reminiscent of a Sparkling Rosé, which I've been drinking a lot of lately, especially this season. There's some notes of strawberry tucked under the yeasty nose. And I'm using my fancy sparkling wine glass from Riedel for this. Because if you're going to be reviewing an alcohol-removed wine, you have to know if you can enjoy it like it is a wine, right? That's one of the points you guys told me that I was missing last time. And again, at the same time, this is an $8, $9 bottle of wine or alcohol-removed wine. Even if it was just an $8 or $9 bottle of sparkling wine, it would be in the same category, same flavor, same cheapness range. So far, this is doing a much better job than Merlot at being a wine. Aromatics are reminiscent of what I would think of something for this price level. It bubbles. It's effervescent. Shall we try it? Let's do that. Okay, that's actually pleasant. I maybe briefly touched on this in the intro. FRE has gone under a brand or a label redesign. I'm assuming a brand redesign. I don't know if it said alcohol removed wine originally. I feel like there's a different key phrase. But branding wise, they now have little cans that you can have. They've done a stellar job since I reviewed them last at going from just looking like a terrible knockoff Stutter Home label, which they are a subsidiary of, to something that actually makes you feel like it's its own wine label and worthy of tasting. And this is actually not terrible. In fact, I would say this is better than earlier in the week when I did the Walmart pairing. This is probably the same quality level as that cab. On the palate, it tastes somewhere between sparkling cider, the apple cran, I think, or the one that, or apple grape. I know it's the one that's not pure, but without the alcohol, there's not much acidity going on. All you really get is the sweetness, which again, it's a freaking sparkling rosé. So what are you going to expect from that, especially at that price range? It's maybe slightly sweeter than I would expect, unless this is like one of those Italian sparklings. My preference would be a drier sparkling rosé. But if you pair this against one of those what are they, Moscato d'Asti or Asti, Spumante, the Italian sparkling rosés. I probably would not be able to pick this out of a line of them. It does taste like a sparkling rosé. It's, again, unlike the Merlot from 5 years ago, this is pleasant on the palate. It's fresh strawberries and a sweetness going on. It does taste closer to grape juice than to wine because you've removed a lot of the more complex notes. But again, this is a sparkling rosé. It's not a Cab Sauv by any means. This is pleasant. If I were someone that didn't drink alcohol, I would appreciate this. I would enjoy those cans because this exact rosé comes in those mini cans now. In fact, I think this probably tastes better to me than the Sofia Coppola, or on the same level as the Sofia Coppola mini can that I had a few years ago. The effervescence is very pleasant, although it's become flat, again, almost like a cheaper sparkling rosé would. I'm impressed. Yeah, I this time I would probably not be able to pick this out of a line of well, I would, because I would be able to taste the alcohol. If I was forced to make a quick decision and not know my secret for determining alcohol in a wine, it's a breathing trick that I learned while studying to become a sommelier, would probably confuse this for a wine with alcohol. And yeah, bravo, FRE. You've come a long way since I last reviewed you. In particular, this wine, I recommend it. This is a rewind recommendation. If you do not drink alcohol but still want a summertime, bubbly, sparkling rosé that still has some alcohol in it, you should make sure with your doctor or for whatever reason that you're not drinking alcohol, especially if it's a medical reason or a psychological reason, check with a medical professional before imbibing, because it does have some alcohol in it. Rewind recommends the sparkling rosé. Heck, maybe make some frosé out of it if it goes stale. Yeah, shocked me too. So leave your not angry notes in the comments below. This one's probably not going to get as many views since I wasn't so anti-alcohol removed wine. Either way, please hit the subscribe button while you're here. You can go to youtube.com/rewindshow to find my channel. Hit the like button on the video. Subscribe while you're there. Share it with your friends that don't drink alcohol either. And let me know if you want more alcohol-free wine reviews in the future, because if you don't drink alcohol and you're watching my channel, I'm here for you. You can also find me over on Instagram @RewindShow, where these episodes go up on IGTV. Finally, you can find me over on Twitter by going to @bschwtty. This has been Rewind. My name is bschwtty, and I will catch you next time.